Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, awat muna tayo sa MAS. So, let us start our first topic sa financial accounting and reporting. And our first topic would be investment in debt securities. Always remember that the standard governing investment in debt securities is PFRS 9. The title of the standard is Financial Instruments. Actually, PFRS 9 superseded the old standard PAS 39. At ang title ng PAS 39, ganun din naman, Financial Instruments. So, ibig sabihin, dahil na-approve na ang PFRS 9, ito na ang gagamitin natin and not PAS 39. So for our topic outline, ang una natin pag-uusapan would be the basic concepts behind investment in debt securities. Then we will discuss the classification, measurement, and presentation of investment in debt securities. Then reclassification of investment in debt securities. So from one classification, papunta sa susunod, paano magiging accounting treatment natin. Next would be realized gain or loss. Realized gain or loss is your gain or loss on disposal or gain or loss on sale of investment. Then the last one would be impairment, accounting for impairment and reversal of impairment ng investment in debt securities. Okay, so wag na natin patagalin pa. Let us start with the basic concepts. Technically, investment in debt securities is investment in bonds. Okay, so ngayon sir, what are bonds? Bond is a formal unconditional promise made under seal to pay a specified sum of money at a determinable future date and to make periodic interest payments at a stated rate until the principal sum is paid. Napakalalim naman ang ibig sabihin nung definition na yon. So to understand a definition, okay, gumawa ko ng simpleng illustration on the next slide. Always remember na every time that there is an issuance of bonds, may dalawang party na involved. Number 1, nandyan si investor. At number 2, nandyan si issuer. Si investor ang magbibigay ng funds in the form of money kay issuer. Kaya anong kapalit nun, sir? Ang kapalit nun, si issuer will issue bonds. Okay, so technically speaking, kung titignan natin, investor is the creditor, while issuer is the debtor. Kumbaga, ang relationship nilang dalawa is more on debtor-creditor relationship. Si investor, nagbigay ng pera kay issuer, na si issuer, anong sabi sa definition ng bonds? Kailangang ibalik yung pera. The issuer should pay a sum of money. So, based from the definition, we can derive that their relationship would be a creditor and debtor relationship. Si issuer may utang kay creditor. Pero ang point of view kasi ng accounting, it is more on an investment. Sinabi ko lang na creditor-debtor relationship sila para maintindihan mo na ang pinakadating ng investment in debt securities is nagpahiram ng pera si investor. O sir, bakit hindi na lang receivable account ang ginamit niya? We cannot use the receivable account here in investment in bonds kasi wala namang bond. Number one reason, wala namang bond receivable account. Kasi merong notes receivable, accounts receivable. Pero if you will lend some money to other person or specifically corporation at mag-i-issue siya ng bonds, there is no such thing as bond receivable. Kaya nag-create ng bagong asset, and that is investment in bonds or investment in debt securities. Okay, so ibig sabihin si investor nasa kanyang investment account, samantalang si issuer, since siya yung may utang, may liability account siya. At ang tawag sa liability accounts na yon ay bonds payable. Yun nga lang, unfortunately on the investor side, wala pong bonds receivable account. Okay? So take note, a bond is evidenced by a bond certificate. Okay, so kumbaga ang patunay na meron kang bonds na hawak kung ikaw ang investor sa isang kumpanya is through a bond certificate. Tapos lahat ng agreement na napag-usapan ni investor at ni issuer ay nasa loob ng isang document known as the bond indenture. Kumbaga bond indenture is the bond contract. It is the legal bind between the investor and the issuer. Take note, ang i-account nating side is yung asset side because investment account is an asset account. So, ang i-account nating side, yung kay investor. Pero yung side ni issuer, yung bonds payable account, pag-uusapan natin yan in some other topic. Okay, nasa liability side naman yan. Pero ang point of view natin, ang focus natin is on the investor side because we are on the asset side of this topic. Okay, so to formalize or to end the basic concepts, pag-usapan natin yung iba't ibang uri ng bonds. Take note, yung nakalista ditong iba't ibang uri ng bonds ay hindi all in, hindi siya naka-enumerate na lahat. Okay, these are just types or ilang types lang ng bonds. To discuss yung iba't ibang specific types pa ng bonds, pag-uusapan natin yan kapag nasa bonds payable na topic na tayo. Okay, isa-isahin natin yung iba't ibang uri ng bonds. Number 1 is term bonds. Para maintindihan natin what are term bonds, pagsabay natin discussion niya sa serial bonds. Okay, pag sinabi po nating term bonds, ang maturity nito po ay isang term lang or one maturity date. Kumbaga, the principal amount is to be paid on a lump sum basis, isang bagsakan. Samantalang ang serial bonds naman, kaya tinawag siyang serial, it came from the word series. Meron siyang series of maturity date. In other words, yung principal amount is to be paid in installment kasi may series of payments kang gagawin. Pag term bonds, isang bagsakan lang po yun. Okay, next, callable bonds. Pag sinabing callable bonds, from the name itself, callable. It can be redeemed by the issuer on an earlier date. Kasi syempre, since ang bonds ay more on, not more on, bonds is a debt security, so meron siyang maturity date. Kasi ang mga equity instrument or equity securities, walang maturity date yon. So they can be retired or redeemed anytime. Samantalang ang bonds, merong specific date kung kailan siya kailangan bayaran. Pero pag si issuer, binayaran niya on an earlier date, ibig sabihin the bonds were called, okay, or were redeemed on a date prior the maturity date. At mangyayari lang yon if the bond is a callable bond. Next is convertible bonds. From the name itself, convertible. Ito yung mga uri ng bonds na pwedeng i-convert papuntang equity securities or equity instruments prior to their maturity date. Kumbaga, meron kang option sa convertible bonds na i-convert siya papuntang shares of stock, in other words. Next is registered bonds. To understand what is a registered bonds, pagsabayin natin discussion niya sa coupon bonds. So, coupon bonds. Pag sinabing registered bonds, ito yung bonds na yung bondholder o yung investor, yung pangalan niya ay nakaregister doon sa issuing corporation. For example, meron akong hawak na bonds ng, let us say, ABC Company. Kay ABC Company, nakalista yung pangalan ko as one of the bondholders. Kaya tinawag siyang registered bond. Nakaregister yung pangalan mo. Unlike coupon bonds is also known as bearer bonds. Pag sinabing bearer bonds, ito yung mga bonds na hindi required na i-register yung pangalan mo sa issuing corporation. Kung kaya nga tinawag na bearer bonds, ang may-ari, yung may-ari, yung may hawak. Sa registered bonds, para maging may-ari ka, at the same time, kailangan registered yung pangalan mo. Kaya nga kapag registered bonds ang hawak mo at gusto mo siyang ibenta sa ibang tao, kailangan mong isurrender yung lumang bond certificate mo kasi si issuing corporation mag-i-issue ng bagong bond certificate ibibigay doon sa pinagbentahan mo. Kasi kailangan nakaregister yung pangalan o yung bagong owner ng bonds. Samantalang sa coupon bonds, hindi ganun ang senaryo. Pwede mo siyang ibenta anytime without going o hindi mo na siya papadaanin sa issuing corporation. Okay, next is collateral trust bonds. Pagsabay-sabay natin ang discussion ng collateral trust bonds, mortgage bonds, saka debenture bonds. Pag sinabing collateral trust bonds saka mortgage bonds, ito yung uri ng bonds na merong collateral o merong security. Collateral trust bonds are basically ang nakasangla ay personal property. Samantalang mortgage bonds, ang nakasangla ay real properties. Pag sinabing debenture bonds, ito naman yung bonds na walang security o walang collateral. Kumbaga, these are types of bonds that are free of security or free of collateral. Si number 6 saka si number 7, I repeat, may nakasangla o may collateral. Si collateral trust bonds, personal property. Si mortgage bonds, real properties. Okay, so much of the basic concepts, hindi naman halos natin magagamit lahat ng different types of bonds na yan More on definition lang yan. Iikot ang discussion natin sa topic na to with regards to classification, measurement, and presentation. Let us start first with classification. According to PFRS 9, the classification of the debt security depends on the business model used by the entity. And according to PFRS 9, may tatlong classification ang investment in debt securities. Number 1, nandiyan tinatawag na investment at fair value through profit or loss, or mas kilala siya as FBPL investment. Bakit FBPL, sir? FBPL means fair value through profit or loss. Okay, sir, kailan ko ba pwedeng i-classify ang investment as FBPL investment? Makaklasify mo siya as FBPL investment if the business model of the entity has an objective of selling it for short-term profits. In other words, ang model o ang intention mo sa investment is to buy and then sell it in the near future. Okay, kumbaga kumikita ka sa FBPL investment through changes in fair value. Kaya nga siya tinawag na trading security. Kasi ang purpose mo doon sa investment mo is to trade. Pag sinabi mo kasing trading investment, ang purpose mo is to buy and then sell it in the near future. Kumbaga, to summarize it, ang business model mo is to sell. Okay, to buy it and then sell it in the near future. Okay, next. Ang next classification natin ay investment at fair value through other comprehensive income, or ang ibang tawag sa kanya is FVOCI investment. Bakit FVOCI? Fair value through other comprehensive income. Okay, take note, according to PAS 39, ang lumang pangalan ng investment na to ay available for sale investment. Bakit, sir, available for sale investment? According to classification number 2 kasi, ang business model mo has an intention to primarily collect contractual cash flows. I think naka-all caps naman yung gusto kong i-emphasize, yung collect contractual cash flow. Ibig sabihin, kaya ka nag-invest kasi ang main purpose mo is to collect the principal as well as to collect the nominal interest agreed upon. Yun yung tinatawag na contractual cash flows. Pag sinabing contractual cash flows, these are your agreed cash flows. At ang napag-usapan nyo lang naman na matatanggap mo, number 1, yung pinautang mong pera. And syempre, pag nagpapautang ka, may kasama yung interest. So, ang main purpose mo sa classification number 2 is to collect those amounts. Pero may side intention ka, may additional intention ka. Also, the entity has an objective of holding the debt security for sale. Kaya nga tinawag na available for sale. Ang main purpose mo to collect cash flow. Pero hindi mo tinatanggal yung option na ibibenta mo siya in the near future. Kaya siya available for sale. Okay, ang purpose mo nung una to collect, pero may other purpose ka which is to sell it in the future, to take advantage of any business opportunity. So again, I'll repeat, si classification number 1, ano ang iyong business objective? To sell lang. Si number 2, ano ang business objective mo? Ang business model mo is to collect and to sell. Si number 3 naman, which is investment at amortized cost, ang lumang pangalan niyan is held to maturity investment. Kaya siya tinawag na held to maturity from the name itself, held to maturity. Ang business objective mo lang is to collect contractual cash flow. Pag sinabing collect contractual cash flow, you are collecting the principal as well as the interest. At mangyayari lang na makokolekta mo ang principal sa ka-interest kung hindi mo siya ibibenta. Kaya nga tinawag na held to maturity investment Ito yung investment na hinahawakan mo hanggang matapos. Yung investment at fair value through OCI kasi, hinahawakan mo siya hanggang matapos. Yun yung primary objective mo. Pero may side objective ka kasi na gusto mo rin siyang ibenta. If ever na mas kikita ka by selling it. Kaya nga 'di ba nakalagay to take advantage of any business opportunity. Okay, to summarize everything, number 1, classification number 1, ang business objective mo is to sell in the near future. Number 2, ang business objective mo is to collect and then to sell. Si number 3, ang business objective mo is to collect only. Wala kang option o wala kang objective na ibenta siya. Kasi kung gusto mo siyang hawakan until maturity, ang purpose mo is kolektahin ang principal saka ang interest. Kasi alam naman natin, generally, ang principal makukuha mo ng buo pag tinapos mo yung maturity ng investment. Okay, so again, this would be the classification of your investment in debt securities under PFRS 9. Okay, pag sinabi ng problem na FBPL investment, FBOCI investment, investment at amortized cost, magpasalamat ka na nun. Kasi hindi mo na kailangang isipin kung ano ang classification niya. Pero there are some problem solving na hindi sinasabi yon. So para maklasify mo siya na maayos, tignan mo yung intention. Tignan mo yung business model na ginagamit ng entity. Okay, so let us proceed. So we are now done with classification. Now, after you classify the investment, what would be its initial and subsequent measurement? Okay, so let us discuss your initial and subsequent measurement for FBPL investment. Kung titingnan natin, FBPL investments are initially and subsequently measured at fair value. Kung titignan mo, lahat ng investment at fair value, which is FBPL saka FBOCI, ang initial saka subsequent measurement nila ay parehong fair value. Ano lang pinagkaiba nila, sir? Okay, focus muna tayo sa FBPL saka FBOCI. Si FBOCI, ang initial measurement, fair value plus transaction cost. Okay, transaction costs are your directly attributable costs in relation to the acquisition of your investment account. Or in other words, transaction costs are known as your bond issue cost. Sir, bakit ganon? Sa FBPL, hindi siya kinakapitalize? Yes, you are correct. Kapag FBPL ang investment, transaction costs are rather expensed kaysa capitalize. Sir, what's the reason kung bakit hindi siya kinakapitalize? Ang reason kaya dinidiretsong expense yung FBPL investment is that, remember, ang intention mo sa FBPL investment is to sell it in the near future. So, kumbaga, it is parang for practicality purposes or for convenience purposes na hindi na siya ikakapitalize kasi ang intention mo naman is ibenta siya in the near future. So, bakit mo pa siya ikakapitalize kung pwede namang idiretso mo na lang siyang expense? Kasi kapag binenta mo na siya in the near future, i-recognize mo na yung asset eh. So, malamang saan napupunta yung investment, saan napupunta yung transaction cost? Then definitely sa PNL din yun. So para hindi na patagalin pa, diretsong PNL na yung transaction cost kapag FBPL investment. Unlike FBOCI investment, remember, ang primary intention mo o ang business model mo sa FBOCI investment is to collect contractual cash flows. Meaning, initially or ang primary objective mo, tapusin yung maturity ng investment. Kung ang maturity ng investment is more than 1 year, then it is proper to capitalize the cost. Kasi remember, this is a directly attributable cost. Sa lahat ng topic sa financial accounting, basta directly attributable cost, kinakapitalize. Diba, ganun naman din ang rule sa PPE, lahat ng directly attributable cost, capitalize. Nagkataon lang na hindi kinakapitalize ang transaction cost sa FBPL for convenience or for practicality purposes. Since ang intention mo is to sell the investment in the near future. Okay, so pero kung titingnan mo, kung isa-summarize natin, ang FBPL at FBOCI, ang initial at subsequent measurement nila ay pareho o generally at fair value. So ibig sabihin, kailangan nating i-account yung pagbabago ng fair value from one reporting day to the other. Kaya tinawag na FBPL yan kasi ang changes ng fair value niya ay ipepresent saan? Sa profit or loss. Ang FBOCI investment, kaya tinawag na FBOCI kasi ang changes in fair value ay ipapasok sa OCI. Ganun pala ibig sabihin ng pangalan nila. Kaya tinawag na FBPL, ang FBPL kasi ang measurement niya fair value. At yung pagbabago ng fair value ipapasok sa profit or loss. Ang FBOCI naman, ang measurement niya, fair value din. Pero ang pagbabago ng fair value, saan ipapasok? Sa OCI. Di ba napakasimple ng accounting eh. Halos lahat nasa pangalan lang din. Punta tayo sa pangatlong classification. Yung investments at amortized cost or FAC, financial asset at amortized cost. Kung titingnan natin, ganoon din, fair value plus transaction cost siya, pero anong kinaibahan niya sa dalawa? Ang subsequent measurement niya hindi na fair value. Ang subsequent measurement niya ay amortized cost. Meaning, para makompute mo yung susunod na balance na ire-report mo sa balance sheet, definitely, kailangan mo siyang padaanin sa tinatawag na amortization through the use of amortization table. When we say amortized cost kasi, that is beginning balance plus minus amortization minus principal repayment. And mamaya may example tayo kung paano siya kukumputin using the amortization table. Pero definitely, kung titingnan natin, since hindi siya subsequently measured at fair value, meron ba siyang changes in fair value? Answer, wala. Kaya pag tinanong ka, how much is the amount of change or of the amount of gain or loss on changes in fair value, kung ang classification ng investment is amortized cost, the answer is none, zero. Kaya wala kang ipe-present na gain or loss on changes in fair value. And by the way, gain or loss on changes in fair value is known as your unrealized gain or loss. Sa bawat investment account na pag-uusapan natin, mayroon tinatawag na unrealized gain or loss, saka realized gain or loss. Unrealized gain or loss pertains to your gain or loss on changes in fair value. On the other hand, realized gain or loss pertains to your gain or loss on sale. Kaya nga 'di ba sa partnership accounting, 'di ba mayroong process of realization? Pansinin mo anong definition ng realization? It is the process of disposing or selling assets. Kaya nga realized gain or loss is your gain or loss on sale. Okay, next. Punta tayo ng amortization. Take note, it is common sense na ang unang-unang subject sa amortization dyan ay FAC. Okay, your financial asset at amortized cost. Common sense yon. Paano mo makukompute ang amortized cost kung hindi ka dadaan sa amortization? Okay, so common sense din na ang FBPL hindi subject sa amortization. Bakit? Kasi ang subsequent measurement niya ay fair value. Ito na. Okay, ito yung panggulo palagi. Ang pinakapanggulo sa kanilang tatlo yung gitna si FVOCI. Bakit ganun, sir? Bakit subject siya sa amortization? Okay, kaya subject sa amortization ng FVOCI investment kasi kung naalala mo kanina, pareho sila ng business model ng FAC. Okay, di ba ang business model nila initially is to collect contractual cash flows. So ibig sabihin ang primary business model ng FBOCI ay tapusin siya hanggang maturity. At kung gusto mo siyang tapusin hanggang maturity, kailangan mo siyang padaanin sa amortization. Yung FBPL kasi hindi napapadaanin sa amortization kasi wala ka namang balak tapusin siya until maturity. Pero bakit ganun, sir? Bakit siya naka-measure, bakit siya subsequently measured at fair value? Bakit siya subsequently measured at fair value? Kasi meron ka ring business model on the side na ibenta siya kapag merong business opportunity. Kumbaga, FBOCI investment is a hybrid investment. Hybrid yan pinagsamang FBPL saka FAC yan Pansinin mo, ang FBPL, sale lang. Ang FAC, collect contractual cash flow lang. Siya, collect contractual cash flow saka sale. Kaya kumbaga, hybrid siya. Kaya subject siya sa amortization. Then after mo makompute yung amortized cost niya, from amortized cost, ililipat mo siya papuntang fair value. Doon magke-create siya ng unrealized gain or loss. Unlike yung FBPL, since hindi mo siya pinadaan sa amortization, ang unrealized gain or loss mo manggagaling mula sa initial measurement papuntang subsequent measurement. Ang FBOCI, ang unrealized gain or loss mo manggagaling sa amortized cost and then sa fair value. Kung hindi mo naintindihan, mamaya meron tayong example para magets mo yung gusto kong i-point out. But I am pointing here, FBOCI is a hybrid investment. Okay? Next. Interest income. Always remember lahat ng amount, whether asset or liability yan, basta pinadaan mo sa amortization, ang interest income mo is always based on effective interest. Pansinin mo, ang FBOCI at ang FAC subject sa amortization. Kaya anong interest income niya? Based on effective interest. Pero kapag ang iyong asset account ay hindi pinadaan ng amortization, ang iyong interest income is based on nominal interest. Pag sinabing nominal interest, it is the agreed rate of interest. Yung napag-usapan yung interest. Effective interest is an interest concept na gawa-gawa ni accounting eh. Okay, ibig sabihin ng effective interest, yung napag-usapan nyo, hindi yan yung totoong interest. Okay, the real interest is the effective interest kung papadaanin mo ng amortization. Okay, last na would be the balance sheet presentation. Ang FBPL ay classified as a current asset. Why? Because the asset is held for trading. Tama, kaya nga tinawag siyang trading security eh. Remember, according to PAS1, one of the criterion para maklasify ang asset as a current asset would be if the asset is being held for trading. It is being held for trading. And FBPL investment are your assets held for trading. Kaya nga ang classification niya ay trading security. On the other hand, ang FVOCI at FAC, kung ang maturity date ng asset is more than 1 year, then the classification is those assets are non-current assets. Bakit? Kasi ang FVOCI at ang FAC, ang kanilang business objective is to collect contractual cash flow. Meaning, ang objective ay tapusin ang maturity date ng investment account. Okay? Always remember na pag sinabi nating fair value excludes. I'll repeat, fair value excludes accrued interest. Lumalabas lang ang accrued interest if the bonds were acquired between interest payment dates. Okay, sir, hindi ko na-get, sir. Bakit, sir? Generally kasi, kapag nakakabili ka ng bonds between interest payment date, may kasama na yung accrued interest. Pero pag sinabing fair value, dapat it excludes accrued interest. Now, the question, sir, is, bakit kasama ang accrued interest sa acquisition price? Always remember, acquisition price is not the fair value. Generally, it is. Except if the bonds were acquired between interest payment date. Kasi kapag ang bonds in-acquire between interest payment date, ang acquisition price may kasamang accrued interest. Pero pag sinabing fair value excludes accrued interest. Pero ang question, sir, bakit nga ba siya kasama? Okay, let me give you an illustration. Assuming ang bonds ay may interest payment date every December 31. Binili ang bonds ng investor on April 1, 2019. Okay, this is my example. Assuming KGA Corporation is the issuer and ABC Corporation is investor number 1. Assuming nag-invest siya kay KGA Corporation a long time ago, matagal na. And ibig sabihin, nakakatanggap ng interest si ABC Corporation kay KGA every December 31. Ito na. Pagdating ng 2019, specifically April 1, 2019, binenta ni ABC Corporation yung bonds kay XYZ Corporation. So, ibig sabihin, sino na ang may hawak ng bonds? Si Investor 2 or si XYZ. Kaya pagdating ng December 31, sino na ang babayaran ng interest ni KGA? Ang babayaran na ay si XYZ. And syempre, ang ibabayad ni KGA na interest is for 12 months. Bakit, sir, 12 months? Kasi ina-assume niya, since ikaw may hawak nung bonds, entitled ka for the 12-month interest. Pero kung iisipin mo, ilang buwan lang hawak ni XYZ yan? Diba ilang buwan lang niya hawak? Hawak lang niya yan ng 9 months. Kasi yung 3 months na interest, dapat ang entitled doon si ABC Corporation. Hindi naman pwedeng ang gawin ni KGA, hatiin yung interest. Yung 3 months kay ABC, yung 3 months kay XYZ. Hindi yun. It would be hassle on the part of KGA at hindi lang naman ikaw madalas ang bondholder. Marami kayo. Kaya for simplicity, ang ginagawa ni KGA, kung sino may hawak, isang buong taon o 12 months na interest kagad ay ibabayad ko sa iyo. So ang gagawin ba ni XYZ, sir? Bibigyan niya ng hati si ABC? Hindi. Sa kanya na yung buong 12 months na interest. Eh di sir, lugi si ABC. Yes, that's my point. Lugi si ABC. Kaya nga para hindi siya lugi, from the time na binenta niya yung bond sa'yo, papatungan niya yung presyo ng accrued interest. Kasi always remember in accounting, hindi ka magbibigay ng walang kapalit. So ibig sabihin, hindi ililipat ni ABC yung bonds kay XYZ nang hindi kasama, nang hindi babayaran ni XYZ yung accrued interest. Assuming this is for an example. Assuming binenta niya ng 1 million yung bonds kay XYZ. Doon sa pagkakabili ni XYZ na 1 million, may kasama yung accrued interest automatic. Kasi nga hindi papayag si ABC na ibibenta ko lang sa iyo ng 1 million yan, samantalang ang matatanggap mong interest 12 months. Pero sa akin dapat yung 3 months. Kaya ang gagawin niya, doon sa 1 million, may nakapatong yon na 3 months na accrued interest. Kaya nga nung i-record na ni XYZ yung pagkakabili niya, hindi niya pwedeng i-debit sa investment account yung buong 1 million. Anong gagawin mo? Tatanggalin mo yung accrued interest. Hindi pwedeng hindi. Kasi automatic, unless sinabi ng problem na hindi kasama, may kasamang accrued interest yung 1 million. So the fair value of the bond should exclude accrued interest. I'll repeat, pag silent, may kasama. Unless sinabi ng problem that the acquisition price exclude accrued interest, then definitely okay lang na i-debit mo yung 1 million. Okay? Next, if the acquisition price of the bonds is not equal to the face value, then the difference is known as the premium or discount. But take note, this concept applies only to FVOCI, investment and investment at amortized cost. Bakit sa kanila lang mag-a-apply? Kasi anong ginagawa sa premium or discount? Premium or discount is being amortized. At sa kanilang tatlo, ang dumadaan lang sa amortization ay si FVOCI saka si amortized cost. Si FBPL, kakasabi ko lang kanina, hindi dumadaan sa amortization. So itong concept na to will not apply for FBPL investment. Okay? So kapag hindi equal ang acquisition price sa fair value, doon lumalabas ang premium or discount. For example, ang face value ng bonds ay 1 million. Nabili mo siya ng 1.2 million. So ibig sabihin, the bonds were acquired at a premium. Pag sinabing premium, sobra yung pagkakabili mo sa face value niya. Pag sinabi namang discount, kulang. So kung ang face value ng bonds ay 1 million at nabili mo lang siya ng 900,000, meron kang discount na 100,000 upon acquisition of the bonds. So anong pakialam ko dyan, sir? So sabi ko nga, if the acquisition price is higher than the face value, kung mas mataas mo siya nabili, ang tawag ay premium. Take note, pag ina-amortize ang premium, it decreases the carrying amount of the investment and the interest income. I will explain later on kung bakit bumababa yung interest income. Ang pag-usapan muna natin dito, yung carrying value. Take note, ang treatment sa amortization ng premium ay pa-minus. Bakit pa-minus, sir? Kasi for example, 1.2 million mo siya nabili, ang face value ay 1 million. From 1.2, kailangan mo siyang pababain papuntang 1 million. So definitely, yung 200,000 na premium, i-amortize mo siya over the maturity date, and every time na ina-amortize mo siya, pa-minus ang treatment niya. Kaya from 1.2, papapuntahin mo siya ng 1 million. Kailangan mapunta ng 1 million yan kasi pagdating ng maturity date, ang matatanggap mo lang naman ay 1 million. Kaya that's the goal of the amortization. Kailangan mong pababain o kailangan mong papuntahin yung balanse papuntang face value. Kasi generally, ang matatanggap mo lang naman sa maturity date, pagdating ng maturity date, yung face amount ng bonds. On the other hand, pag mas mababa ang pagkakabili mo sa investment kaysa sa face value niya, ang tawag doon discount. Ang discount increases the carrying amount and the interest income. Again, yung explanation kung bakit tumataas ang interest income, later na yon. Pero pagdating sa impact niya sa carrying amount, kung ang premium pa minus, ang discount pa plus. For example nga, nabili mo siya ng 900,000, ang face value ay 1 million. Ibig sabihin, from 900,000, papapuntahin mo siya ng 1 million. Paano mo gagawin yon? Every time na kapag nag-amortize, ipa-plus mo yung amortization ng discount. So again, to summarize it, pag premium, pa-minus sa pag-compute ng carrying amount. Pag discount, pa-plus. Okay, so before we apply it to our sample exercises, pag-usapan natin yung unrealized gain or loss ng FVOCI investment. Sabi ko nga kanina, binigyan ko kayo ng background. Ang FVPL investment, ang kanyang unrealized gain or loss will come from changes in fair value. Literally. Kasi kung ano yung fair value nung una, i-compare mo sa fair value ngayon, that is the unrealized gain or loss kung FVPL. Sabi ko nga, ang pinakapabebe dito yung FVOCI investment eh. Ang change o ang unrealized gain or loss on changes in fair value ng FVOCI investment is computed as the difference in fair value and amortized cost. I'll repeat, the difference in fair value and amortized cost. Ang FVPL investment, ang unrealized gain niya is literally the difference between the fair value. Kung yung fair value nung una, i-compare mo sa fair value ngayon, yun na yun. Ang FVOCI hindi. Ano ang ginagamit na pang-compare sa fair value? Hindi yung dating fair value, but rather the amortized cost at that date or at that year end. And yung na-compute mo na unrealized loss or gain or loss is actually the cumulative. Hindi pa yan yung unrealized gain or loss ngayong taon. Yung na-compute mo cumulative. For example, ito example lang 2019. Ang difference na nakuha mo, 200,000. So, 200,000, generally cumulative yon. Yun na yung pinaka-total na gain or loss. Pero since first year mo yan, yung 200,000, automatic, that is the unrealized gain for 2019. Next, paglipat mo ng 2020, ganoon ulit ang ginawa mo. Kinumpare mo yung fair value sa amortized cost. Nakita mo yung difference is, let us say, 300,000. Yung 300,000 na na-compute mo, hindi yun yung gain or loss ng 2020. That is the cumulative. Take note, ang mga OCI ina-accumulate sa equity yan. So, yung 300,000, cumulative balance na yon. So, kung 300,000 yung total ng 2019 at 2020, at may balance ka last year na 200,000, ibig sabihin, ang gain or loss mo lang ng 2020 is not 300, but rather 100,000. Okay, so again, I'll repeat, every time na kino-compare mo ang fair value sa amortized cost ng FVOCI investment, ang nakukompute mo pa lang ay cumulative. Para makompute yung ngayong taon, ima-minus mo kung ano yung balanse last year. Kaya nga ina-amortize ang FVOCI investment. Kasi may role ang amortized cost sa pag-compute ng unrealized gain or loss of FVOCI investment. Okay, sir, yung FVPL, yung unrealized gain or loss po ba niya ina-accumulate? Answer is no. Bakit? Saan mo ba pine-present yung unrealized gain or loss? Diba sa profit or loss? Profit or loss is also known as net income. At ang lahat ng net income, later on, isasarado saan? Sa RE. So, hindi siya ina-accumulate. Samantalang ang mga OCI, hindi naman papasok sa RE yun eh. Kasi ang pumapasok lang sa RE, PNL lang. So, kung nakahiwalay ang OCI, dapat bawat OCI, ina-accumulate mo. To be fair sa PNL. Kasi magsiselos ang OCI nun. Ang PNL ina-accumulate sa RE, tapos hindi kami ina-accumulate. So, ang OCI, kumbaga, ang point ko dito, ang PNL nominal account, sinasarado yan every year sa RE. Ang OCI, lahat ng OCI ay real account. Pag sinabing real account, hindi sinasarado. Ina-accumulate mo, kini-carry over mo the next year. Okay? So, let us apply what we have learned on our sample exercises. Take note, meron tayong 3 sample exercises for classification, measurement, and presentation. So, let us proceed to sample exercise number 1. Okay, sample exercise number 1. On April 1, 2019, Kimi acquired 8% bonds with a face value of 1 million. The bonds are dated January 1, 2019 and will mature on December 31, 2021. The bonds were acquired at 95 each. Ano ibig sabihin ng 95, sir? Actually, 95 is the fair value. Pero yung 95 na yan, actually that is 95% of face value. The transaction cost incurred by Kimi amounted to 84,000. Requirement, what is the initial measurement of investment in bonds assuming letter A, siya ay FBPL investment, letter B, FBOCI investment, and letter C, investment at amortized cost. Okay, so sige, let us start. Pansinin mo, ano ang date ng bonds? Ang date niya ay January 1, 2019. Pero nabili mo April 1. Anong ibig sabihin nun? You acquired the bonds between interest payment date. At kapag ganun ang senaryo, yung 95%, yung fair value na 95 na yan, dahil silent ang problem, may kasama yung accrued interest. Pero for initial measurement purposes, pag sinabing fair value excludes accrued interest. Kaya nga for letter A, okay, assuming siya ay FBPL investment, ang starting point natin yung acquisition price. Magkano mo ba siya nabili? That is 1 million na face value times 0.95. Kasi sabi ko nga yung 95 na nakikita mo, that is 95%. So that is 950,000. So generally, yan na dapat yung fair value natin. Pero dahil nabili mo siya between interest payment date, yung 950 may kasamang accrued interest. So anong kailangan natin gawin? We need to deduct it. And to compute the accrued interest, that is 1 million times 8% times 3 over 12. Saan galing yung 3 over 12? Kasi 3 months na yung nakalipas eh. April 1 mo siya binili. So kung January 1 ang date niyan, that is January, February, March. Okay? 3 months na siyang nag-accrue ng interest. Pero careful lang tayo accrued interest is always based on nominal. Huwag sinabing nominal, agreed interest. Wala naman tayong problema sa sample exercise 1 kasi isa lang yung interest rate na nakita mo. Pero sa mga susunod nating exercises, dalawang interest rate na ang makikita mo. Pag sinabing nominal, agreed. Pag sinabing effective, that is the market rate of interest. Okay, so ibig sabihin, ang fair value natin ay 930,000. Sir, meron akong nakitang transaction cost. Remember, ano ang treatment ng FBPL investment sa transaction cost? Kinakapitalize ba siya? Answer is no. What we are doing for FBPL investment is we expense. Diretsong expense na po ang transaction cost sa FBPL. Kaya ang sagot sa letter A is automatic 930,000. Okay, next, FBOCI tayo and amortized cost investment. Sir, bakit natin pinagsabay na silang dalawa? Kasi kung titinan mo, pareho sila ng initial measurement. Ang initial measurement niya ay fair value plus transaction cost. So, ibig sabihin, kukopyahin lang natin yung nasa taas, 930,000. Ang pinagkaiba lang naman nilang dalawa kay FBPL, ipa-plus natin yung transaction cost na 84. Therefore, ang ating initial measurement is 1,014,000. Okay, napakadali sir. So, this will be the answer for sample exercise number 1. Napakadali lang no-brainer. Actually, madali lang ang investment in debt securities. Ang kailangan mo lang i-master yung kaninang table na ginawa ko. Doon lang iikot lahat ng discussion natin. So, sa umpisa, mangangapa ka pa dito kasi tatlong classification At bawat classification may distinguished characteristic. Pero kung mapapansin mo doon sa table na ginawa ko, kaya ko siya ginawang table para makita mo na silang tatlo may mga similarities din. So, kailangan alam mo yung differences as well as similarities ng bawat investment para mas maintindihan mo siya. Okay, pero dyan lang, maniwala kayo, dyan lang iikot ang pag-uusapan natin all throughout this topic. Okay, no-brainer sir, andali. Siyempre, initial measurement pa lang tayo. Sa sample exercise number 2, initial measurement pa rin ang pag-uusapan natin. Wala pang subsequent measurement. Okay, let us read sample exercise number 2. On January 1, 2019, Gusion Corporation purchased 10% 1.5 million bonds at the market rate of interest of 12%. The related bond issue cost or your transaction cost incurred by Gusion amounted to 65,000. The bonds will mature 3 years after. The investment is classified as investment at amortized cost. requirement, what is the initial measurement of the investment under the following scenarios. So automatic, since take note sinabi na ng sample exercise number 2, ang classification niya is at amortized cost. So no-brainer na ang initial measurement nito is fair value plus transaction cost. Meaning sa lahat ng scenarios from A to C, we will add your bond issue cost amounting to 65,000. Kaso ito na ang pinakamalaking problema mo. If you will read the problem, walang binigay na amount representing its fair value. Tama, wala ka, kahit balik-balik mo yan, wala kang makikita dyan. Wala kang makikita dyan na fair value for your investment. Sir, wala na, void na yan. Ay, hindi siya void. Okay, actually, if the problem did not give the amount of fair value, then you need to derive it. Okay, paano natin i-derive, sir? Remember, fair market value or the market price of the bonds is represented by the present value of your future contractual cash flows. Okay, ano ba naman yan, sir? Ano ibig sabihin ng present value na yan? Ibig sabihin, pag walang binigay na fair value is equivalent to present value. At kukumputin natin ang present value in accordance with the following scenarios. Letter A, the bonds acquired are term bonds. Pag sinabi po nating term bonds, na pag-usapan natin kanina yan, ilan ang maturity date niya? Isa. Ibig sabihin, yung 1.5 million na value ng bonds, isang bagsakan, babayaran after 3 years. Letter B, the bonds acquired are serial bonds. Pag sinabing serial bonds, I'll repeat, ito yung bonds na may series of payments. Ibig sabihin, the 1.5 million will be paid in installment. So kung 3 years yan, 1.5 divided by 3, ang babayaran mo taon-taon for your bonds payment is 500,000. Yung letter C, pag-usapan natin later on. Sir, bakit siya classify into 3 scenarios? May impact ba siya sa pag-compute ng present value? The answer is yes. Okay, meron kasi akong simpleng steps on how to compute present value. Hinahati ko siya into 4 steps. Okay, step number 1 is to know the cash flow. And for investment in bonds or investment in debt securities, dalawa ang cash flows na pinag-uusapan natin. Di ba, napag-usapan na natin sa classification to. Ang contractual cash flows ng bonds is number 1, the principal amount na 1.5. Matatanggap mo yan eh. Pangalawang matatanggap mo ay yung nominal interest na magkano? 10% every year. So, ibig sabihin, to satisfy step number 1 in computing present value, your cash flows would be the principal and nominal interest. Next, step number 2. Step number 2 is to know the timing of the cash flow. Sir, bakit kailangan malaman yung timing of cash flow? Kasi ang timing pwedeng lump sum or annual. Pag sinabing lump sum, isang bagsakan yung bayad o tanggap mo dun sa amount ng money. Pag sinabi namang annual, taon-taon mo siyang natatanggap. May impact yon sa step number 3 because step number 3 is to compute the present value factor. In accordance with the time value of money, ang present value factor nahati sa 3. Number 1, nandiyan yung present value of 1. Number 2, nandiyan ang present value of ordinary annuity of 1. And number 3, nandiyan yung present value of ordinary annuity due. Ang present value of 1, ginagamit kapag ang cash flow ay lump sum. Pag sinabing lump sum, isang bagsakan. Pangalawa, ang present value of ordinary annuity. Kaya nga tinawag na annuity yan eh. Annuity came from the word annual. Ibig sabihin, ang cash flows natatanggap mo annually. Kaya nga pansinin mo, yung step number 2, anong gagawin mo? Alamin yung timing. Kasi may connection pala sa step number 3 yon, which is the present value factor. Pero, let me go back sa present value of ordinary annuity. Hindi lang dapat annual. It should be annual and equal. Kasi may mga cash flows, mamaya mapapansin mo, na annual mong natatanggap, pero hindi pare-pareho yung amount na natatanggap mo. At kapag hindi pare-pareho ang amount na natatanggap mo, hindi pwede sa annuity yon. Babalik ka sa present value of what? Okay, so again, I'll repeat. Ang present value of 1 ginagamit generally pag lump sum. Ang ordinary annuity ginagamit kapag annual and equal. Kasi kapag annual pero unequal, babalik ka sa present value of 1. Okay, sir, ano naman yung ordinary annuity due? Pareho silang annuity, merong salitang annuity. Actually, ang ordinary annuity due, annual and equal din ang requirement. Oh, anong pinagkaiba sa ordinary annuity nun, sir? Ang ordinary annuity, para magamit mo, ina-assume niya ang unang payment mo ng cash flow o unang receipt mo ng cash flow is 1 year after or 1 period after. Pag ordinary annuity due kasi, or in other words, in advance, yung unang cash flow na tanggap mo today. Okay, so anong pinagkaiba ng annuity sa ka-annuity due? Ang annuity, ang unang tanggap mo 1 period after. Ang annuity due, kailan ang tanggap mo? Today. Okay, so sige, let us use those steps in computing present value in answering sample exercise number 2. Bakit kailangan natin ng present value? Kasi hindi binigay yung fair value nung bonds. Okay, let us assume or let us proceed to letter A. Okay, sabi ng letter A, assuming the bonds acquired are term bonds. Okay, so again, step number 1 is to know your cash flows. At ang cash flows mo would be the principal and then the nominal interest. Ang principal mo is 1.5 million at ang nominal interest mo 150,000. Pag sinabing term bonds, ang 1.5 million babayaran mo ng isang bagsakan. Dahil isang bagsakan mo siya babayaran, anong gagamitin mong factor? Ang gagamitin mo ay present value of 1. And to compute the present value of 1, ang gagamitin nating interest rate is not 10%. 10% is the nominal rate. The rate to be used in computing present value is the effective rate, and the effective rate is known as the market rate, which is on our exercise, that is 12%. Okay, so paano kino-compute sir ang present value of 1? I assume marunong tayo mag-compute niyan. So hawakan ng ating calculator. Paano kino-compute yan? That is 1.12 divide, dalawang pindot sa divide, then sa equal sign, yung number of times na pipindot ka sa equal sign is equivalent to your maturity date. At ang sabi ng problem, magmamature siya after 3 years. So ibig sabihin, ang number of times na pipindot ka sa equal sign would be 3. So 1.12 divide, then 1, 2, 3 sa equal sign, ang lalabas ay 0.7117. Okay, so pag binultiply natin yan, ayan ang lalabas, 1,067,550. Next, pagdating naman sa nominal interest, sabi ng problem, ang nominal interest mo, ang nominal interest rate mo is 10%. So 10% ng 1.5 million, that is 150,000. Kung mapapansin mo, yung principal amount mo, hindi yan gagalaw taon-taon. Kumbaga after 1 year, ang matatanggap mo pa rin 1.5. Next year, 1.5 hanggang matapos 1.5. So kung hindi siya gumagalaw, ang natatanggap mong interest taon-taon, hindi rin gumagalaw at 150,000. Ibig sabihin, dahil annual and equal, ang gagamitin natin ay annuity. At ang annuity natin is 2.4018. Saan ang galing yung 2.4018 na yan? From present value of 1, kung nakikita nyo dito sa screen, na 0.7117, okay, magma-minus 1 ka, minus 1, okay, then equal sign, then divide it by your interest rate, which is 12%, 0.12. Okay, so ang lalabas is, ayan, dapat yan, 2.4018. Okay, 2.4018. And after that, you multiply it, ang lalabas is 360,270. Okay, kapag napag-plus mo na yan, that is the fair value of the bonds. Pero, ang initial measurement ng amortized cost investment is fair value plus transaction cost. So, ipa-plus mo pa yung transaction cost na 65,000. So, the initial measurement is 1,492,820. Okay, so this would be the answer for letter A if the bonds acquired are term bonds. Okay, so I assume pagdating sa computation ng present value factor, at least may idea ka na on how to compute that. Okay, next. Letter B. Letter B, assuming the bonds acquired are serial bonds. Kung serial bonds yan, ganun pa rin, we need to compute the present value of its contractual cash flows. Ang contractual cash flows niyan would be principal again and nominal interest. Ang principal natin, pansinin mo, hindi na 1.5 million ang ginamit ko. Bakit? Kasi ano sabi natin pag serial bonds? Ang serial bonds, babayaran mo siya in installment. So, ibig sabihin, taon-taon, ang matatanggap mo ay 500,000. Kasi 1.5 million divided by 3. Dahil siya ay annual at equal, pansinin mo, anong ginamit kong present value factor? Na-compute mo na kanina yan. That is the present value of ordinary annuity. Kaya pag pinag-multiply mo yan, that is 1,200,900 pesos. Okay? Next. Pagdating sa nominal interest, kung mapapansin mo sa computation ko, bakit naging 3, sir? Kanina sa kabilang problem, isa lang. Kanina kasi, kung papansinin mo, yung bonds natin, term bonds. Ibig sabihin, hindi gumagalaw yung 1.5 million taon-taon, kaya yung 10% na nominal interest mo, hindi rin gumagalaw yung amount na natatanggap mo because of the interest. Pero this time, since gumagalaw ang iyong principal, pansinin mo, sa unang taon, 1.5 million yan. So, 1.5 times 10%, 150,000 yon. Next year, since nakatanggap ka na ng 500, ang matatanggap mo na lang 1 million. So, 1 million times 10%, ang matatanggap mong interest, 100,000. Then, nakatanggap ka ulit ng 500, magkano na lang matatanggap mo? 500,000 na lang. Times 10%, 50,000. So, ang point ko dito ay, kapag ang principal hindi gumagalaw, ang nominal interest hindi rin gumagalaw, pare-pareho ang natatanggap mo taon-taon. Pero kung ang principal ay binabayaran in installment, ang natatanggap mo interest, pababa ng pababa. Kasi hindi naman papayag yung may utang sa'yo na yung interest na binabayaran niya 150,000, samantalang ang utang niya na lang pabawas ng pabawas. So, syempre, ang interest na binabayaran niya, nababawasan din. Kaya kung mapapansin mo, yes, ang natatanggap mong nominal interest annual. Taon-taon mo natatanggap yan. But since hindi pare-pareho or unequal, pansinin mo, ano ang ginamit kong present value factor? Hindi ordinary annuity ang ginamit ko. Ang ginamit ko ay present value of 1. But ano ang reason kung bakit present value of 1? Because the cash flow is annual but it is unequal. Hindi siya pare-pareho taon-taon. So, saan nanggaling yung 0.8929, sir? So, that is 1.12 divide, isang pindot sa equal sign lang. Bakit isang pindot? Kasi isang taon lang ang lumipas dyan. Yung 100,000, another pindot sa equal sign, 7972 yon. Okay, bakit? Kasi 2 years after, bago mo natanggap yung 100. Yung 50,000, 3 years after yan, kaya another pindot, yung pangatlong pindot, that is 0.7118. And then after that, i-multiply natin lahat, and then i-add natin, the market price of the bonds is 1,450,145. Okay, then plus the transaction cost, then the initial measurement of the bonds is 1,515,145. Okay, so this would be the answers, assuming the bonds acquired are serial bonds. Okay, so let us discuss the last requirement of sample exercise 2. So, ganun pa rin, assuming nga lang, the bonds are term bonds and it pays interest semi-annually. Okay, sir, ano magiging impact nung semi-annual interest payment? Pagdating sa computation ng present value ng principal, kung papansinin mo, since term bonds siya, yung 1.5 million, isang bagsakan pa rin. Pero kung papansinin natin, nagbago na yung present value factor natin. Sir, paano na-compute yung 0.7050? Okay, so ganun pa rin, since siya ay term bonds, lump sum payment yung 1.5, present value of 1 pa rin ang gagamitin natin. But instead of 12% na effective interest, ang gagamitin natin, kalahati niya, which is 6%. Sir, bakit natin hinati? Kasi kung titingnan natin, ang bilang natin sa number of periods, hindi na 3. Kanina sa letter A kasi, since annual ang pagbabayad ng interest, ang lumilipas na period, 3 periods din. Sa letter C kasi, since semi-annual interest ang ating payments, ibig sabihin, instead na 3 years, ang number of periods natin magiging 6 na. Kasi sa isang taon, 2 period ang lilipas kasi 2 beses ka magbabayad ng interest. So, ibig sabihin, ang computation niyan would be 1.06. Kakalahatiin natin kasi yung 12% annual yon. Pag sinabing annual, per annum, pang isang taon. Ang kailangan natin yung pang semi-annual, which is kalahati. So, 1.06 divide, then 6 na pindot sa equal sign. Kaya ang lalabas is yan nga, 0.70496. So, pag ni-round off, 0.7050. So, pag minultiply natin, that would be 1,057,500. Next, pagdating sa nominal interest, kanina kung papansinin mo, ang ginamit natin 150,000. This time, ang gagamitin na natin, kalahati lang din. Kasi every time na nagbabayad ka, ang basis natin is not 10%. Ang gagamitin natin, 5%. Okay, so nakakatanggap ka ng 75,000 twice a year, kumbaga. Okay, so 75,000 times 4.9173, that is the annuity, by using yung 0.7050. So, ang lalabas is 368,768. So, that would be the market price of the bonds plus the transaction cost of 65,000. Therefore, the initial measurement is 1,491,298. Okay, so that would be, or that would conclude our discussion for sample exercise number 2. Okay, let us proceed to the last. Grabe sir, ito talagang robust yung discussion natin. 3 sample exercise ang binigay ko in order for you to understand this concept. Kasi dito talaga iikot yung discussion natin. Okay, sa sample exercise number 3, kung titignan mo sa requirement, may initial measurement na, may subsequent measurement pa. Kasi sa number 2, ang tinatanong na sa'yo, ano ang carrying amount ng bonds on investment in bonds rather, on December 31, 2019, as well as December 31, 2020. And what is the unrealized gain or loss to be presented in profit or loss during 2019 and 2020? And what is the interest income for 2019 and 2020? Kumbaga, sample exercise number 3 is already a comprehensive exercise. Pinagsama-sama na natin lahat ng pinag-usapan natin doon sa table kanina. Okay, kung naalala mo yung table natin regarding classification, measurement, and presentation. Okay, so sige, isa-isahin natin. Basahin muna natin yung given information. On January 1, 2019, Faramis acquired 10% bonds. So 10% is the nominal interest with a face amount of 2 million. The bonds are dated January 1, 2019 and will mature on December 31, 2022. So pag binilang natin, that is 2019, 2020, 21, 22, that is 4 years. The bonds were acquired to yield at 12%. So kung papansinin mo, sa sample exercise number 3, kapareho siya ng sample exercise number 2. Hindi binigay yung fair value, so ganun na naman, wala tayong magagawa. We need to compute the fair value using the present value of its future cash flows. Next, on December 31, 2019 and 2020, binigay na sa iyo yung fair value. Napakabait ng problem. Sabi niya, the bonds are quoted at 99, so ibig sabihin that is 99%. And 110, so that is 110% respectively. Okay, so let us answer the different requirements of the exercise, assuming yung investment is classified as FBPL, FBOCI, and at amortized cost. Okay, so let us answer first letter A. Okay, so siguro naman ini-screenshot mo na yung exercise natin kanina para nakakasunod ka sa ating discussion. Okay, letter A, FBPL investment daw siya. Remember, ano ang initial measurement ng FBPL? Ang initial measurement niya is fair value. Yun nga lang, unfortunately, hindi binigay ang fair value ng investment, so we need to compute it using its present value. Sir, walang sinabi kung term bonds or serial bonds. Pag silent ang problem, always use or always assume it is a term bond. Ibig sabihin, the principal amount is to be paid on a lump sum basis pag dumating na yung kanyang maturity date. Okay, pag silent ang problem. So kung term bond siya, ang computation natin for its initial measurement is number 1, the present value of principal, which is 2 million na principal. Saan nanggaling yung 0.6355? Remember, ang market rate of interest or your effective rate is 12%. So that is 1.12 divide. Then, ang maturity date niya is after 4 years kasi 2022 ang nakalagay doon. So, 4 na pindot sa equal sign. So, ang lalabas is 0.6355. So, 2 million times yung amount na yan, that is 1,271,000. Next, nominal interest tayo. Ang nominal interest rate natin is 10%. Since yung 2 million, hindi gagalaw yan all throughout the maturity date nung bonds. Ibig sabihin, ang matatanggap mong nominal interest based on 10% ay pare-pareho rin taon-taon, which is 200,000. Dahil siya ay annual and equal, ang gagamitin natin ay present value of ordinary annuity. So, kung itutuloy mo yung 0.6355 ng minus 1 divided by 12%, ang lalabas is 3.0373. So, 1271 plus 607,460. The present value of the bonds representing its initial measurement is 1,878,460. Okay, sir, wala ba tayong kailangang i-take under consideration na accrued interest? Walang accrued interest kasi kung titingnan mo, ang payments niya is every January 1 or every December 31 at nabili mo siya January 1. So, hindi mo siya binili between interest payment dates. Okay, so we already answered requirement 1. Requirement 2 is subsequent measurement or carrying amount. Ano ang subsequent measurement ng FBPL investment? Sabi natin kanina, it is fair value. And fortunately, binigay na ng problem ang fair value on December 31, 2019. That is 2 million times 0.99, that is 1,980,000. At pagdating ng December 31, 2020, ang sabi niya, ang fair value is 110. So that is 1.10 times 2 million, that is 2.2 million. Diba napakadali pala sir pag FBPL? Yes, madali pag FBPL. Ang gagawin mo lang, multiply. Ang medyo matrabaho lang dito, ang bad trip dito, kung pagdating ng carrying amount, hindi binigay yung 0.99 saka 1.10. Ang binigay lang ulit sa'yo, interest rate. So, wala kang choice. Kukumputin mo ulit yung present value. Pero, rare circumstance yun. Madalas given na yung carrying amount o yung fair value every reporting day. Next, unrealized gain. Remember, ang unrealized gain ng FBPL investment papasok sa profit or loss. And take note, ang unrealized gain ng FBPL investment is the difference between the fair value on every reporting date. Kung titingnan natin, ang unrealized gain ng 2019 ay manggagaling sa difference ng fair value ng December 31 saka fair value ng January 1, 2019. At ang fair value on January 1, 2019 is the initial measurement, which is 1,878,460. So, from 1,878,460, papapuntahin mo ng 1,980 kasi yun yung fair value ng December 31. Syempre, tataas yung balance ng investment account. So, it would create an unrealized gain of 101,540. Pagdating ng 2020, naku, wala ka rin problema dito. Ang bagong fair value ng December 31, 2020 is 2.2. Ang lumang fair value is 1,980. So, kukunin mo lang ang difference. So, pataas na naman yan. Unrealized gain ulit ng 220,000. Okay, next is interest income. Remember, ang FBPL hindi natin inamortize. Obvious naman. At dahil hindi dumaan ng amortization yan, ang interest income niyan is based on nominal interest. At take note na compute mo na ang nominal interest. Ayun o, nasa number 1, yung present value of nominal interest. Magkano ang taon-taon na natatanggap mong nominal interest? Answer is 200,000 or 2 million times 10%. So this would be the answers kung siya ay FBPL investment. Madali lang, no-brainer sir pag FBPL. Kay FBOCI, ito yung medyo pabebeng investment. Okay, bakit? Kasi hybrid. Pinagsamang FBPL saka amortized cost. Okay, pagdating sa FBOCI investment, ang initial measurement natin 1878460. Actually pare-pareho naman silang tatlo pagdating sa initial measurement fair value din. Yun nga lang ang FVOCI saka amortized cost meron pa kasing kasamang plus transaction cost. Pero kung titingnan natin sa sample exercise, walang transaction cost, kaya mas malamang mula A to C, pare-pareho sila ng initial measurement, which is 1878460, the present value of your future cash flows. Okay, next, carrying amount. Ano ang subsequent measurement ng FVOCI investment? Fair value din. And I think binigay na yun, yung 2019 saka 2020. Kapareho ng FBPL. Di ba? Yan ang ka-challenge. 1,980 saka 2.2 million pa rin. Ito na. Okay, pula tayo ng unrealized gain. Ang unang-unang pinagkaiba ng unrealized gain nito sa FBPL, ang FVOCI investments, unrealized gain is presented where? It is presented in OCI. Kanina, ipe-present ng PNL. Kaya pag tinanong ka ng problem, how much is the unrealized gain presented in profit or loss? Tapos ang classification is FVOCI, the answer is 0. Walang papasok sa profit or loss. Lahat ng unrealized gain papasok sa OCI. Okay, yun nga lang again, itong pinagkaiba niya. Kanina, ang unrealized gain ng FBPL nanggaling sa difference ng dalawang fair value. Ito, ang unrealized gain niya manggagaling sa difference ng fair value sa ka-amortized cost. I think pinaliwanag ko kanina yan. Kaya nga, para makuha natin yung unrealized gain ng FVOCI, the first thing to do is to amortize it. Okay, at paano tayo mag-amortize, sir? Gagamit tayo ng amortization table. Okay, so ganito po magiging itsura ng amortization table natin. Nandiyan ang nominal interest, effective interest, principal repayment, carrying amount. Okay, take note, amortization is the difference between the nominal and the effective interest. Okay, at ang amortization pwedeng premium or discount. Sabi ko nga kanina, kapag premium, minus. Kapag discount, plus. Ano ang naging initial measurement natin? 1,878. What is the face value of the bonds? 2 million. Ibig sabihin, the acquisition price or the bonds were acquired at a discount. So, dahil discount, mamaya, yung difference ng nominal sa ka-effective representing your amortization should be added to your carrying amount. Okay, next. Ang principal repayment represents your installment payment. And unfortunately, sa problem natin, since term bonds yan, lahat ng principal repayment should be 0. Okay, dahil term bonds, pag term bonds, isang bagsakan yung bayad. Okay, pero kung sakali man na serial bonds siya, at syempre mayroong principal repayment yon, ang principal repayment ay palaging minus. Kasi ang definition ng amortized cost is again, amortized cost is computed as beginning balance plus minus amortization. Kaya nga plus minus yun kasi depende kung premium or discount minus principal repayment, that is your carrying amount or your amortized cost. Kaya ang starting point natin yung January 1 balance, which is 1,878,460. Papapuntahin natin ng December 31. Ang nominal interest natin ng 2019, and I think sa lahat ng taon, pare-pareho yan, 200,000. Sir, saan nanggaling yung effective interest? Effective interest is based on your effective interest rate, which is 12%. Pero ang 12% hindi minumultiply sa 2 million, unlike yung nominal interest, but rather being multiplied to your previous carrying amount. And your previous carrying amount is 1,878,460. So, 1,878,460 times 12%, that is 225,415. Okay, so the difference would be the amortization of 25,415. Na anong gagawin natin sa amortization? Ipa-plus natin. Kaya pag pinlas mo yung 25,415 sa 1,878,460, ang lalabas ay 1,903,875. Ang principal repayment natin is 0. Sir, wait lang. So, ibig sabihin, medyo gets ko na yung sinabi mo kanina na ang amortization ng discount results to an increase in carrying amount. So, gets ko na yun, sir, pina-plus, kaya increase. Pero, sir, bakit nagkaroon ng increase in interest income? Kaya nagkaroon ng increase in interest income kasi ang interest income mo initially recorded at nominal interest. Kumbaga ang journal entry ng 200,000 na yan is debit interest receivable, credit interest income. Okay, again, I'll repeat. Ang journal entry ng 200,000 is debit interest receivable, credit interest income. So, ibig sabihin ng interest income ko is based on nominal interest? The answer is no. Sabi natin kanina, pag FVOCI investment, dahil dadaan sa amortization, ang iyong interest income is based on effective interest. And how much is the effective interest? 225,415. So, ibig sabihin, from 200, gagawin mong 25,415. So, magiging entry niyan is debit, discount, credit, interest income ng 25,415. That entry represents the amortization of the discount. Kaya kung papansinin mo, pag pinlas mo yung 25,415 sa 200, magkano ng interest income mo? Magiging 225,415. So, yun yung gusto kong i-explain na ang discount, amortization of discount rather, increases both the carrying amount as well as the interest income for investment in debt securities. Okay, so ibig sabihin, 1,903,875 ang amortized cost natin. Ano ang fair value ng December 31, 2019? 1,980, 1,980. So pag pinainos natin yung amortized cost na 1,903,875, so ang unrealized gain ng 2019 is 76,125. Okay, so that would be the answer for 2019, 76,125. Pansinin mo, anong pinagkaiba sa letter A? Sa letter A, ang unrealized gain is literally the difference between two fair value. Sa FVOCI, ang unrealized gain nanggaling sa difference ng fair value saka amortized cost on reporting day. Okay, so kailangan mo lang makita yung similarities saka differences ng bawat classification. Kasi pag na-master mo yan, sobrang simple lang nitong topic na to. Dito lang iikot yung ating discussion. Okay, 2020 tayo. Ganun ulit. Ang gagawin natin, mag-amortize ulit ng December 31, 2020. So, saan galing ngayon yung 228,465? That is 12% ng 1,903,875. So, ganun ulit, may amortization of discount tayo ng 28,465. So, pag pinag-plus natin sa 1,903,875 yon, that is 1,932,340. So, ano ulit ang gagawin natin? Yung 1,932,340, i-compare natin sa fair value ng December 31, 2020. And that is 2.2 million. Pero ito na, ingat lang. Madalas, ang nasasagot ng estudyante, yung 267,660 na yan. If yun ang gagamitin mong answer, that amount is wrong. Why? Kasi yung 267,660, that is just the cumulative unrealized gain. Pag sinabing cumulative, yan yung pinagsamang 2019 saka 2020. Sir, paano mo nalamang pinagsamang 2019 saka 2020 yan? Pansinin mo, paano mo na-derive yung 267? Di ba ang ginamit mo 1,932,340? Di ba yung 1,932, diniretso mo lang yan o dinerive mo yan ng 2019? So, kumbaga, dire-diretso lang yung computation ng amortized cost. So, kung dire-diretso yung computation ng amortized cost, yung nako-compute mo ring unrealized gain, cumulative na yon. So, ibig sabihin, hindi yan yung gain ng 2020. So, kung 267,660 yung pinagsamang 2019 saka 2020, at sa 2019, 76,125, ibig sabihin lang nun, sa 2020, ang unrealized gain po natin is 191,535. Okay, so that would be the answer for number 3. Paano, sir, for example lang, this is hypothetical. Paano kung ang balance last year is, let us say, 300,000 gain? Okay, so kung 300,000 gain last year at ang pinagsama ngayong taon ay 267, ibig sabihin lang nun, hindi ka gain ng 2020, ikaw ay loss. Okay, so ibig sabihin 267 minus 300, negative yun. So instead na gain ka ng 2020, lost ka. Kasi from 300, bumaba yung balanse ng 267,660. Okay, sir, bakit yung 76,125? Diniretso natin. Siyempre, first year yan. Wala kang ima-minus na last year. Okay, last question, interest income. Ang interest income is based on effective interest. Kasi sabi ko nga, ito ay FVOCI, dumaan sa amortization. So, ang sagot natin for 2019 is 225,415 and for 2020, 228,465. Okay, so last na. Okay, last is investment at amortized cost. So malamang initial measurement wise, pareho silang tatlo kasi wala namang transaction cost. Next, carrying amount. Ito na. Ano ang carrying amount ng investment at amortized cost? Ang carrying amount niya ay amortized cost. So papadaanin natin sa amortization ulit. And I think okay, na-compute na natin yung December 31, 2019 kanina, yung 1903875. Tama, parehong-pareho ng kanina yan. Ganon din sa 2020, parehong-pareho ng kanina. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila, pansinin mo ang FBOCI saka amortized cost, pareho ng amortized cost. Ang pinagkaiba lang nila pagdating sa unrealized gain. Walang unrealized gain ang amortized cost investment. Bakit? Kasi hindi naman sila mini-measure at fair value. Ano ang subsequent measurement nila? Lahat yan ay at amortized cost. Kaya ang sagot sa unrealized gain is none. Pagdating na interest income, effective interest pa rin, pareho siya ng FBOCI. So kung titingnan mo, pansinin mo halos pareho ang letter B saka letter C. Okay, pansinin mo yung investment at FBOCI saka amortized cost pareho. Saan lang yung pinagkaiba nila? Sa number 3. Walang unrealized gain itong amortized cost kasi hindi mo tinatranslate from amortized cost papuntang fair value ang carrying amount niya. Unlike yung FBOCI, papadaanin mo muna sa amortized cost, after mag-amortize cost, ililipat mo, papadaanin mo papuntang fair value. Okay, so I hope maintindihan natin yung similarities and differences ng tatlong classification. Kasi doon iikot itong part 1 ng ating discussion. Kasi yung part 2 natin would be the other topics behind investment in debt securities. Okay, so after this one, we will proceed to reclassification.